Okay, next third chapter, current electricity. This is very important lesson for board exam. Highest weightage lesson, 13 marks. You'll get one numerical, you'll get one essay type question, and as well as you may get 3 marks or 1 2 mark, 1 mark question you may get. Very important lesson. Everyone focus very seriously on this lesson. Okay. So till today in first chapter and second chapter, we have studied charges at rest. Now here we will start studying the motion of the charge. When charge is in motion, it produces current. Okay, that current we will study now. For example, if you take a conductor, see, usually conductors can be used to conduct charge. That means to have a current, to transfer current from one place to another place, we will use conductors. Conductors are only called as a resistor. I will take one conductor. Why we are using conductors for transfer of charge from one place to another place? Because conductors at room temperature contains free electrons. In solids, flow of charge means only flow of electrons. Why? Because we have already studied in previous classes that at room temperature atom loses electron. Okay, those free electrons can move from one place to another place. But whereas in case of solids, atoms are so compact, so atom can vibrate, but atom never moves from one place to another place. When any atom loses electron, acquires positive charge, that means positively charged ion. So, but here ion's motion is not possible. In case of solids, flow of current means flow of electrons only. Flow of positive charge is not takes place in case of solids. But whereas in case of liquids and gaseous, in electrolytes, generally NaCl can split into Na plus and Cl minus, and Na plus positively charged ion moves towards cathode and negatively charged chlorine moves towards anode. In case of liquids and gaseous, both positive charge and negative charge contributes current. But whereas in case of solids, current is due to only flow of electrons. Usually electron flow is in one direction, current will flow in another direction. Conventional flow of current means flow of positive charge usually. Okay, but here electrons are moving, so current will be always opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. We have to remember this. For example, if this conductor is containing free electrons, and if the circuit is open, switch is open, then this conductor do not have any potential difference. Okay, so if you select any area of cross section in a conductor, the number of electrons traveling from left to right is equal to right to left. That means net charge passing through this area of cross section is 0. Because of that reason, net amount of flow of charge through the area of cross section is 0. So current passing through the conductor is 0. Even though conductor is having free electrons and electrons are moving randomly inside, even you touch that conductor, you will not get shock because net flow of charge is 0. Such kind of conductor is connected to a source, battery. Then if you switch on, then it develops a potential difference. This will become positive polarity. This will become negative polarity. Now, previously, few electrons are moving from left to right and almost the same number of electrons are moving from right to left. Net is 0. But due to connection of this cell to the conductor, it develops electric field in this direction. Inside the conductor, electric field will develop. See, in electric field, all the electrons experiences force opposite to the direction of electric field. So, the electrons will move in this direction. This electric field monitors the direction of flow of the electrons. Okay. Now, if you take this area of cross section of this conductor, now the number of electrons traveling from left to right is less compared to electrons moving from right to left. Right to left, now more number of electrons are passing through this area of cross section. So that's why net charge is moving from right to left. So current will flow opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. So current will contribute in this direction. Okay, always current direction is from positive terminal to negative terminal. But within the cell, current flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. This we have to remember. Actually now electron is moving like this. Electrons are moving like this. Electrons are moving like this inside the cell. Inside the cell. See, electron is moving from positive plate to negative plate. Okay, here cell has to do work. Okay, so remember all these things. So this is how current will flow in the circuit. So what is the current means? The net charge per unit time across any area of cross section of a conductor is called current. Okay, so current is defined as the rate of flow of electric charge through any cross section of a conductor is called current. So that's why current we can write I is equal to Q by T, where Q is net charge flowing through this area of cross section in a unit interval of time is called current. See, current SI unit. For example, charge unit is coulomb, time unit is second. Coulomb per second is also a unit of current, but it can also be called as ampere. Ampere. Scientist name we should write with the small letters, but it can be represented as a capital A. Ampere can be represented with the capital A. See, we know current is a fundamental physical quantity, so that's why its dimensional formula is only M power 0, L power 0, T power 0, A power 1, or this we can even write it as I power 1, dimensional formula. See, here current have direction actually, higher potential terminal to lower potential terminal. But even though it has direction, it is a scalar quantity. Okay, vector means usually we'll say a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction. But in this case we have to say extended definition of vector. Vector means not only magnitude and direction, but that physical quantity must obey vector laws of addition. But here current have magnitude and even it has direction, but it does not obey vector laws of addition. So that's why current is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar. It is a scalar physical quantity. See, I is equal to Q by T. How many number of electrons flow through any cross section in unit time contributes 1 ampere. So if the current is 1 ampere, then the amount of electrons flowing through that cross section of a conductor I can calculate by using quantization of charge. Q is equal to NE divided by 1 unit time, 1 second. That is N is equal to 1 by E. 1 by E is, E value is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. If you simplify, you will get this 1 by 1.6 can be written as 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18. If 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 number of electrons are passing through this area of cross section net from right to left, then the amount of flow of current in the circuit is said to be 1 ampere.